Stay with me for 10 minutes. We'll cover 4 skills: finding the main idea, spotting the author's argument, making smart inferences, and eliminating tricky answers. I'll show you how to read faster, spot key details, and avoid common traps. All right, let's start with main idea. Here's the passage. The rise of e-books has transformed how people read. Supporters argue that digital books are cheaper, portable, and environmentally friendly. Critics, however, say e-books can't replace the experience of holding a physical book, and that screen time may cause eye strain. Still, libraries and schools continue to expand their digital collections, pointing to growing demand among younger readers. Now, how do we approach this? First sentence introduces the topic. E-books changing reading. Middle sentences show 2 sides, pros and cons. Last sentence, conclusion. Despite criticism, digital collections are growing. So, the main idea has to tie all of that together. Here's the question. What is the main idea of this passage? A. E-books are harmful because of screen time. B. E-books are cheaper and portable. C. The popularity of e-books is increasing despite criticism. D. Libraries should stop buying printed books. Let's analyze. A. Too negative, only one detail. Eliminate. B. True, but only partial. Doesn't cover critics or conclusion. Eliminate. C. Yes, this matches the whole passage. Pros, cons, and final trend. Keep it. D. Extreme. Passage never said this. Eliminate. So the best answer is C. Teaching tip. When finding the main idea, check the first sentence, the last sentence, and repeated ideas. The correct answer usually connects them all. Let's try another one. Here's the passage. Volunteering has been linked to improved mental health. A recent study found that individuals who volunteered at least once a week reported lower levels of stress and higher levels of happiness. While some argue that not everyone has time to volunteer, the evidence suggests that even small acts of service, like helping a neighbor, can create positive emotional benefits. Break it down. First sentence, volunteering improves mental health. Second sentence, study proves benefits for weekly volunteers. Last sentence, even small acts help. So the main idea must be about volunteering, well-being, even small actions matter. Here's the question. What is the main takeaway? A. Volunteering improves well-being, even in small ways. B. Volunteering requires a lot of free time. C. Only weekly volunteering helps mental health. D. Studies cannot prove any connection between volunteering and health. Analysis. A. Fits everything. Keep it. B. Opposite. The passage says small acts help. Eliminate. C. Too narrow. Not just weekly. Eliminate. D. False. The study supports the link. Eliminate. So the best answer is A. Teaching tip. Watch out for words like only or always. On GED reading, extreme words are usually a trap. Now let's practice spotting the author's argument. Here's the passage. Some schools debate whether to shorten the summer break. Supporters say shorter breaks prevent students from forgetting material. Opponents argue that families need longer breaks for rest and travel. Because studies show that shorter breaks improve retention, many educators believe the change would benefit students overall. How do we read this? Middle sentences equals both sides, supporters versus opponents. But look at the word because. It introduces evidence that leads to the conclusion. Last sentence, the author's stance. Shorter breaks benefit students. Here's the question. What is the author's argument? A. Families need longer vacations. B. Students forget material over long breaks. C. Shorter summer breaks would help students. D. Schools should not change the calendar. Analysis. A. That's the counterargument, not the author's view. B. True, but it's supporting evidence, not the conclusion. C. Yes, that's the final claim. Supported by evidence. D. Opposite of what's argued. Correct answer, C. Teaching tip. The argument is usually the conclusion. Look for signal words like because, therefore, and clearly. Another example. Cities across the country are facing traffic congestion. Some propose building more highways, while others suggest investing in public transit. Clearly, public transportation reduces traffic and pollution, making it the smarter solution for growing cities. How do we spot the argument? Clearly is the signal word. The author sides with public transit, not highways. Question. What is the author's main claim? A. Highways should be expanded to reduce congestion. B. Public transportation is the best way to solve city traffic. C. Pollution is not a serious issue for cities. D. Traffic congestion cannot be solved. Analysis. A. Opposite of the argument. B. Yes, directly after clearly. C. False. Pollution is described as serious. D. Too absolute, not in text. Correct answer. B. Teaching tip. When you see clearly, therefore, in conclusion, pay attention. That's often where the author makes their claim. Finished no calculator section? Keep going in the GED Prep app with 2,000 practice problems and 24/7 AI Tutor. Now let's move on to inference. Remember, an inference is a logical guess supported by clues from the passage, not wild guessing. Here's the passage. It was nearly midnight when Jamal closed his textbook. His eyes were heavy, but he smiled, knowing he had finished reviewing all the chapters. Tomorrow's exam would be tough, yet Jamal felt prepared after weeks of study. Let's break down the clues step by step. Clue 1. Nearly midnight, and eyes were heavy. Jamal is tired. It's late. Clue 2. But he smiled. Positive mood, even though he's tired. Clue 3. Finished reviewing all the chapters. He completed his preparation. Clue 4. Tomorrow's exam would be tough, yet Jamal felt prepared. The word yet shows contrast. The test is difficult, but he's still ready. Clue 5. After weeks of study. Long-term effort, not last-minute cramming. Now connect these clues. Jamal is tired because it's late, but he feels satisfied, prepared, and even confident about tomorrow's exam. The question, what inference can be made about Jamal? Choices. A. He is confident about the exam. B. He dislikes studying late at night. C. He always studies at midnight. D. He will fail the test. Let's analyze. Option A. He is confident about the exam. Yes. Supported by smiled, felt prepared, finished reviewing, and weeks of study. Multiple clues confirm this. Keep. Option B. He dislikes studying late at night. The text only says he was tired. Eyes were heavy. There's no emotion word like annoyed or frustrated. No evidence of dislike. Eliminate. Option C. He always studies at midnight. This is a trap with the absolute word always. The passage only describes one night, not a habit. Eliminate. Option D. He will fail the test. Completely opposite of the clues. The text says he felt prepared, not worried. Eliminate. So the correct answer is A. Teaching tip. Don't overthink. The right inference is supported by multiple details, not wild guesses. Let's try another inference. Remember, an inference is a logical guess from details in the passage. Here's the passage. As the rain poured, Elena looked out the window at the empty playground. She remembered how full it had been the day before, with children laughing and swinging. She sighed, wrapped herself in a blanket, and picked up her phone to text her best friend. Now, let's pull the clues. Rain poured plus empty playground. Setting has changed from yesterday. She remembered how full it had been. Comparison shows she notices what's missing. She sighed. Emotional reaction, a sign of disappointment. Wrapped herself in a blanket. Comforting action, she's not happy with the situation. Picked up her phone to text her best friend. Side action, but not the main focus. So, what can we infer? Elena feels disappointed that the playground is empty because of the rain. Question: what can we infer about Elena? Choices. A. She misses her best friend. B. She doesn't like rainy days. C. She's disappointed the playground is empty. D. She wishes she were outside playing. Analysis. Option A. She misses her best friend. Not the main focus. Yes, she texts her friend, but the sigh and attention to the playground dominate. Eliminate. Option B. She doesn't like rainy days. Rain is mentioned, but her reaction is tied to the playground, not the weather itself. Eliminate. Option C. She's disappointed the playground is empty. Yes. Supported by sigh and empty playground. That's the clear emotional clue. Correct. Option D. She wishes she were outside playing. Too literal. She's older. She texts a friend, wraps in a blanket. Not a child who wants to swing. Eliminate. So, the best inference is C. Teaching tip: when inferring, combine actions plus emotions. Look for clues like a sigh, a smile, or a comparison. Don't invent new facts that aren't in the passage. Great work. In just 10 minutes, you practiced reading faster, spotting arguments, making inferences, and eliminating tricky answers. Remember, inside the GED Prep app, you'll find hundreds of real passages, each with step-by-step explanations, and the AI tutor ready to guide you in multiple ways. Try it free today. Link in the description.